Just had my 36th birthday. And so in honor of my birthday, I wanted to talk about things that I've learned this year and just share those with you guys. I will say that a lot of the things that I learned were really just reaffirming lessons I had already learned. And so in life, I think you have these trials or challenges that you have to overcome, and they tend to repeat themselves just in different clothes. So, the wisdom that comes from that, you sometimes have to remind yourself of. So, a couple of things, I think the first thing is just to tell you guys it's okay to change your mind. I think, especially in business, we have to have a certain level of confidence in decision making, and we build that up and we do that for our clients, right? It helps us to negotiate from a position of power, but I think there's also power in accepting new information and using that new information to change your mind. So, one of those kind of tidbits that can carry you throughout your life is it's okay. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to change your mind. So, be open to suggestion. And you can really grow yourself when you use other folks and their strengths to improve yourself. We're all given God-given strengths, and if we were all meant to be the same, we would be, and we're not. So be nimble in your approach to life. I do think another one that I would love to share, and this is something that I've learned and had to practice my whole life, but fear is a terrible motivator. So if you are doing something because you are afraid of what might happen, that should be a red flag to you that you gotta switch it up. You can't just be afraid of the what ifs, kind of that what if monster. So, this might be, well, what if I fail? Well, what if I look stupid? Well, what if this doesn't go how I expect it to? What if I react in a way that, I'm not okay with? I would rather just keep myself from the risk. But that's how you miss out on the good stuff. So I would just say that it's okay to put yourself out there. It's okay to try new things. A lot of business is trial and error. So, one of the things that I love to say is anything that is measurable can be improved. So specifically in business, track your results, make small changes, don't change everything all at once. And then continue to track those results. And if you're seeing positive progression, you're seeing things that you're like, hey, this is working, awesome. And if not, and it's been 3 or 4 weeks and you're not seeing what you want to see, then you got to change something else. So it's definitely a process, but don't let fear keep you back because you're missing out on what could be. Okay, and then the last thing, this has been a big one for this year, okay? You catch more flies with honey. I think we all have a tendency to maybe feel like we deserve things. We feel like we are owed things, and sometimes we are. But at the end of the day, if your goal is to accomplish something, it's okay to take a step back or a step down to get your goal accomplished. Ridicule and aggression and pride are not going to help you get your goals accomplished. So even if someone's wrong, even if you do deserve something, coming hot off the press, out the gates, ready to just prove your point is going to only increase the distance between you, your goal, and the other party. So, find ways that you can come together and agree on things and leave your ego at the door. So, there's so many times where I've just approached people and said, hey, I know this isn't really what we planned, but here's where we're at. I could really use your help. How can I help you so that way we can get this done? And so I think that's definitely something, that you should carry with you in life and in business and in real estate. People will remember. They will remember how you treated them. And, it's a big, small world. And everything that you put out, into the world is something that you should be proud of. I guess the last piece of that is it's okay to say sorry. There's definitely times where I have not been my best self. I have not decided to fill the room with honey, especially when I was younger, but when you're wrong, and it's okay to be wrong. So, I think the big thing is acknowledge other folks and how you made them feel, apologize, and then do what you can to correct it, but moreover, do what you can to learn from it. So as you go into this next season of life, hey, that was something didn't make me feel good about myself, and I'm gonna avoid that because I want to, one, be proud of my actions, but two, treat people well. So those are some of the things that I've learned over the last 36 years that have kind of popped up in my life again over the last 12 months. And so I just want to say thank you to friends, family, clients, anybody who supported me. And I am looking forward to year 37.
Beautiful.
Yeah?
Jeez, right on.